Hi everyone. Today I am going to use a new mold. It is called Blooming Banners. This is what it looks like. And then here's the mold itself. I love this mold. I think it is so awesome. It reminds me of Victorian calling cards for some reason. I'm not for sure why, but it does. It is by Redesigned by Prima, and I believe this mold just came out recently. So I was so happy when I saw this mold. So I'm going to cast one with Amazing Casting Resin. And all you do is you mix part A and part B, the same amounts, equal amounts, and then you stir them until it turns clearish color, and then you pour it in your mold. So I'm going to let you watch that process. Okay, so my casting has dried, but I wanted to show you I did over pour my resin. So you can see these two are still attached to each other. So it's still kind of soft. So I'm just going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut those apart. And then I'm just going to go around. Now, I might have to go get some smaller scissors. I'm not for sure. But I'm just going to go around and you can see that I can trim this with my scissors. And I'm going to get a little bit. Okay, so I did get all of those cut out. One of them I didn't like the way it looked around the edges, so it wasn't this one, but it was a different one. And I used just a little bit of sandpaper on it and it worked out just great. Okay, so for this mold, I'm going to put it on this wood box. It's just a plain wood box. I'm just going to put it right on the top of here, and I am going to use my art glitter glue to put that on with. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on, and I will be back. Okay, while the paint is drying on the box, I'm going to go ahead to the next project, and I have this oval wood plaque, I guess you would call it. I'm going to paint it in the color Plaster from Waverly chalk paint. I've already done the back side, and so I'm going to do the front, and I will be back. Okay, so while paint is drying, we are going to make a casting using air dry clay, the DOS air dry clay. And I'm going to use this mold right here that I didn't pour the resin in. And I'm going to create one of those molds, and I will let you watch the process, and then I will be back. Okay, so we created our casting, and I bought 2 of these pottery vases, and I really like the color of the vase, but I didn't like the wording on here. So what we're going to do is we are going to glue this mold while it is still wet onto our vase and cover up those words. Okay, so real quick, I wanted to come back and show you the vases. I had already completed one vase. It's this one right here, and the clay has dried. So I love the color of the clay when it's still wet on this vase. I do like it this way too, but if I could figure out a way to get it to look more like this, that would be really good also. Okay, so I will be back in just a few minutes. Okay, so our oval plaque has dried, and I did put a top coat on it, the Dixie Belle flat clear coat. And so now I'm going to put an IOD transfer on here. This is from the Katarina book that came out this spring. So I'm going to try to center it on here because I'm going to put something else on here with it. So I took the backer sheet off and just placed it on my project. I'm using the transferring stick that comes with each packet. And I'm just rubbing across the transfer with the sheet on it, and I'm just going to lightly lift up on the corner and just kind of raise that up and transfer as I'm going along. You'll be able to see if there's anything left on this grid sheet, the clear grid sheet that the transfer is on, and if there is something left on there, just put it back down and rub. If your paint is dry and your top coat is dry, these transfers are very user-friendly. Okay, so there's our roses. Now I'm just going to take this backer sheet and I'm going to burnish it on there just to make sure. Use my hand and use this sheet and just make sure that it's on there very good. Okay, now I'm going to put another transfer on there and I will let you watch the process. Okay, so I finally got that on there. With the gold foil transfers, you just have to take a little bit more time, but they are not hard to use. You just have to take your time and make sure you get all those little pieces down. And if it's not perfect, you know, it's okay. Just do the best that you can do. So now on both of my little gold molds, I like the color, but I want to see if I can do something different. And I'm going just tone it down just a little bit. So I am going to try some of the Dixie Belle Voodoo Au Naturel stain on there and see what happens. Just a little bit. see if I can just tone that gold down just a little bit and maybe show some more of the detail in the mold. Okay, so I'm going to do that to both of the gold, the castings that I painted gold, and I will be back. Okay, so these have dried. I really like the way the natural stain looks on there. So then I thought my plaque, the gold on the plaque was just a little bit too shiny. So I decided to take some of the Voodoo gel stain in the natural and put it on my plaque also to give it the really vintage look that I'm going for. So that's what I'm doing right now. I just wanted to come back. Okay, so I am back with the box that I painted with the Country Chic paint in Ooh La La. Now I did go ahead, I thought it looked kind of plain, so I put a paint inlay around the bottom half. I have several different videos. Okay, and this is what I'm going to use my fourth mold on today. This is an old book. It wasn't good. It was water stained. The pages were in really bad shape. So I took the pages out and I painted the cover with the Ooh La La, and I used that rose lattice paint inlay from IOD on it to make it look like an old vintage book. I really like the style of that. And I thought this would be really cute on there. So I can use this as decor, or I'm probably going to fill it and make it into a journal. Okay, I just wanted to show you really quick. I wanted the box to match the journal cover book that I was making. So what I'm doing is I'm putting a little bit of my gold paint, just very little, on my finger, and I am just rubbing over the highlights of this casting just to give it a little something else, because I thought it looked a little plain. As you see, I have a little helper. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.